Thank the Chairman, and thank you all for being here. Ms. Tavener, question for you about the Oregon exchange. The American taxpayers put in some $304 million to develop that state exchange. Now they want to come over and make a transition. Did you or anybody at CMS conduct a cost-benefit analysis to determine that the switch to the Federal exchange was the most cost-effective for the taxpayers?
Yes, sir. We did an analysis of what it would cost for us to bring in. There's 2 additional states we're bringing in this year, Nevada and Oregon. And we did, I wouldn't say it would be a sophisticated analysis, but we did a cost analysis. And as you might imagine, when we already have 36 states in the exchange, adding 2 more is cost-effective.
Could you share that analysis with us? Is that something you could provide to us?
Certainly.
What is the additional cost?
I don't have that in front of me, but I'm happy to get it for you.
When's a good time? When would I raise the flag and say, all right, that's been long enough? Can you give me a sense of the time? I'm sorry.
Right. We should be able to get you that in a few days.
Oh, okay. Very good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's part of our bill that's ongoing.
A few more questions about that. What's being done to claw back? I mean, there's $304 million. Is that money all gone? Is there some of that coming back? Is somebody going to jail? What's going on with it?
So each state, and again, I
don't want to talk specifically about Oregon. Yeah. That seems to be the most egregious.
I think Oregon has very actively gone after their contractor, and I think that's been in the press. But I'm happy to get you more details.
But what's the Federal government doing? It was Federal taxpayer dollars, correct, that went into it?
Yes, these were actually grants awarded to states, and so the contract is between the state and the contractor, so the states were working that initially.
CMS, Health and Human Services, Department of Justice, the Federal government, I mean, pick your entity. Mm-hmm. We're doing nothing to claw those back, claw back those dollars?
Ultimately, I think it's a little early in the decision-making. Right now, states are going after it on the basis of their individual contracts.
But the Federal taxpayers give $304 million, and we just say, well, it's up to Oregon to figure out what to do.
We're obviously working with the state.
When we gave these grants, was there no condition or expectation that it would work? I mean, was there a deal that said that we just literally hand them over the money and we don't care what happens? I mean, it ultimately didn't work, correct?
What we did are a series of progress reports and requirements with the states, and I'm happy to get you that information as well.
I'm just trying to get some degree of specificity. I haven't heard you yet say we're doing something to try to claw back nearly a third of $1 billion of dollars.
I think what I've said is that states are doing that right now, and we're cooperating with states.
And so, but where is the Federal government not doing anything?
We're cooperating with states. The contracts between the states.
So we're just waiting for Oregon to tell us something.
We're working with Oregon and other states. That's all I can say right now.
And Mr. Chairman, I mean, I don't know how.
That's what she said. It's all she's going to say. She won't answer your question.
I know. I just think it's something that the Congress legitimately should look at. We give out $300+ million, and we just call it a day and move on. Ms. Tavener, is there any criteria or guidance for states who want to drop out and move to our exchange? Have you issued, or how do you evaluate those, or do you just say yes?
Well, we obviously have a list of criteria and requirements for the state to move from a state-based exchange to move to the FFM. These entities stay state-based exchanges. They can continue to do their marketing, their outreach. What we are doing is the FFM support, and there are criteria they have to meet for us to move them back into the system, and I'm happy to share that with you.
Okay, so you can, in that package?
Yes,
yes. In a few days, you'll share that with me as well. I appreciate it.
We have a lot of documentation.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. And again, for my colleagues here, we really have to look at this. It's stunning to think that we would hand out by the hundreds of millions of dollars to states and have no recourse. And if it doesn't work, we just kind of throw up our hands and say, well, it's up to somebody else to figure it out. That's not the way we should operate. It's pretty stunning and very dissatisfying, and doesn't produce results. It's not responsible. It's not accountable, and very frustrating. I yield back.
I thank the gentleman.